Hi dears, today we can discuss a new topic, Indian textiles and the world market. Yesterday we just introduced our lesson and today we can start the topic Indian textiles and the world market. So let's us first look at the textile production. Around 1750, before the British conquered Bengal, India was by far the world's largest producer of cotton textiles. So we are going to discuss the story of Indian textiles. You know that 1757, the Plassey War, the British, they conquered Bengal. So before this, before it happened, India was by far the world's largest producer of cotton textiles. Indian textiles had long been renowned both for their fine quality and exquisite craftsmanship. That means in the world market, Indian textiles had long been very famous in the case of its fine quality, and also it was extremely beautiful. Exquisite means it was extremely beautiful and its workmanship. Why the Indian textiles famous at that time in the world market? Because of its fine quality and also it was extremely beautiful, and for its workmanship, for its craftsmanship means its workmanship. And because of these, they were extensively, that means on a large scale, they were traded in Southeast Asia, especially the areas of Java, Sumatra and Penang, and West and Central Asia. So because of its craftsmanship, its quality, its beautifulness, that is why what happened, it was extremely beautiful. That was on a large scale. It was traded in Southeast Asia and West and Central Asia. From the 16th century, European trading companies began buying Indian textiles for sale in Europe. Then what happened? From the 16th century, European trading companies, they began buying Indian textiles to sell where? To sell in Europe. And memories of these flourishing trade and the craftsmanship of Indian weavers is protected, is preserved in many words, still current in English and other languages. So you know that the memories of our flourishing textile trade to the world market, that was preserved in many words, still in current in English and other languages. So it was very interesting to collect these words, trace the origin of such words and see what they tell us. So what was interesting here, to find out what type of words they used to explain or to name the Indian textiles at that time, and how that words derived or origin we have to discuss. So that was very interesting. So next paragraph you check that words tell us histories. Words tell us histories. So some words, it gives us some histories. So here European traders first they encountered fine cotton cloth from India carried by Arab merchants in Mosul in present day Iraq. So that our history of Indian textile trade we are discussing here. First, European traders, they got that fine cotton cloth from India. Who carried it from India? By Arab merchants in Mosul. Where is Mosul? In present day Iraq. So from the Arab merchants in Mosul, from there the European traders, they got the Indian fine cotton textiles. So they began referring to all finely woven textiles as muslin. The textiles from Mosul, that is why they got the name, or they began to call the woven textiles as what? Muslin. A word that acquired wide currency. That means Arab merchants, they collected textiles from India, from Arab merchants from where? From the Mosul. And the people, they began to call that woven textiles as what? Muslin. Then later, you know that Portuguese came to India in search of spices, And where they first landed in India? They landed in Calicut on the Kerala coast in the southwest India. We know that in the year 1498, Vasco da Gama landed in Kozhikode, the Kappad area. You know that. So what happened? They first, when the Portuguese, they came to India in search of spices, especially they want the spices that we discussed in our second chapter. They need a pepper, cardamom, and other spices. For that purpose they came to India. The cotton textiles which they took back to Europe along with the spices. Then what they do? In search of spices they came to India, but at the same time along with the spices they also collected some cotton textiles. And from Calicut they collected these cotton textiles, and the textiles they collected from Calicut, and a new name to the textiles got, that is calico. That means calico, the word calico derived or originated from which word? From the Calicut. And subsequently calico became the general name for all cotton textiles. So how the textiles got the name calico? You know that when the Portuguese came to India, they landed in Calicut. Along with the spices, they also collected textiles from Calicut, and the textiles they collected from Calicut, they are also called as what? Calico. So how the textiles got the name calico, you clear now. Then next, there are many other words which point to the popularity of Indian textiles in Western market. In the figure 3, we can see a page of an order book that the English East India Company sent to its representatives in Calcutta in 1730. So English East India Company sent their representatives to give one order of Indian textiles. And the order that year was for 5,89,000 pieces of cloth. So how much order that? 5,89,000 pieces of cloth. Browsing through the order, when you go through the order book, you can see that you would have seen a list of 98 varieties of cotton and silk cloths. And when we go through the order book, we can see 98 varieties of cotton and silk cloths, and these were known by their common name in the European trade as piece goods. So these varieties were they called as what? As piece goods. Usually woven cloth pieces that were 20 yards long and 1 yard wide. At that time, usually a woven piece cloth where, what is this? Its length 20 yard length and 1 yard wide. We know that yard is a unit of measurement. Yard is equal to 3 feet or 36 inches. So here, what is the length and width of a cotton piece cloth at that time? Piece 20 yards long and 1 yard wide. So today we discuss two different names. What is that? One is muslin, how the textiles got the name muslin, and another name calico. So here we are concluding here today. So dear students, all the important points you can underline. Have any doubt you feel, you have to contact me. Thank you. Have a nice day.